Hello everyone, and welcome back to our quantum psychic Akashic readings, clearings, and healings. It's amazing to be back. Welcome, Viviane. Thank you for joining me again. It's great to see you.
Thank you. Wonderful to be here. I am excited that we're back.
Fabulous. And yeah, I really missed it. It was lovely to go away for a few days. We were camping for a little while. And then also just having fun with the family. And I even got through some chores, some DIY. And yesterday I had lots of fun running Cat5 network cable from my front of my house to the back, all around the outside, which I tried to explain to my wife would be somewhat visually intrusive. And she's like, just whatever, just do whatever. And anyway, she wasn't too unhappy. So, and it largely works, which is great. So better internet and clearer audio as well. Hope you can hear me good. And so what we decided for February was to really focus on the theme of ascension symptoms, and these are to do with the galactic energies that are somewhat constantly flowing through the universe and into us. And I did post on my community page earlier today a little bit about that. So in summary, you can do things like look up the Schumann resonance live feeds and get an indication of what's going on energetically, that it's not just on Earth, that there's stuff outside of Earth that affects us, and it's not just the planets that affects us. And the way I see the ascension waves, or these galactic waves that flow through us, is that they're in part an answer to the call from our own planet and from ourselves, asking to raise our vibrations, to upgrade our physical beings, and to support higher and higher aspects of ourselves, higher, happier versions of us. And to do so, the response from the source of love energy of this universe as unity consciousness is to send these waves. They're like encoded streams of energy that allow us to receive them, and they're transmitted through our universal, galactic, and our own suns into our hearts. And so what's beautiful about that is that you can be shut down to it and ignore it if you choose, or you can also be connected to your heart and have an open heart and allow yourself to just feel into these waves as they come through us. And I must admit, it was really lovely last time, just over a week ago, that we were chatting, because it was encouraging everyone to put into the chat, the live chat, a little bit about your own experiences. It could be ringing in your ears, headaches, third eye headaches. That's the most common, or was the most common for me. Some people have, changes in their in their bodies as part of the upgrade process, feeling tired and drained. I mean, none of these are just exclusive to going through ascension symptoms, but it's almost like a process of elimination once you've worked through all the things that it might be, understanding that this is one of the possible causes. And so we really encourage you to share your own experiences in the live chat, and also to ask us in your requests if we can help with anything that's a challenge for you at this time.
Yes.
Have you, Viviane, had any recent symptoms?
Had the headaches and migraines. Yeah, that's what's been bothering me lately. And I know a lot of people having sleep issues and having trouble experiencing insomnia and all kinds of sleep disturbances. But my main issue right now is that, and I experience the ringing ears sometimes too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really fascinating, right? Like it's that experience of it like coming and going that I think as a human you're a bit like, oh, I just want everything to be consistent all the time, and I want to be able to just ask my body what's going on. And yeah, for me, not so much the ringing in the ears out with this work that we do. It's out with client sessions and live streams. But I did have a couple of days of migraines that were just a bit too much for me. Like I just couldn't seem to shake them without taking something like ibuprofen.
Yeah.
So it's always a last resort for me. It's like, no, I don't want to take painkillers, but there's still a human in here that doesn't fully understand how to release the energy. I'd be like grounding and drinking water and getting rest,
Yeah.
and even like going to sleep for like an hour and 30 minutes, and then waking up and going, no, it's still there, and I can't really function through it. So yeah, and some people are saying in the chat, YT Social saying, I have a lot of migraine. I have sleep issues since 27, and I'm 36 years old now. Well, thank you for sharing. Craig Dixon says, yes, ringing in the ears, but I think they got damaged in the Air Force. Yeah, I was really worried that when I first got it ringing in my ears that it was music. I've been listening to music too loud. And there was a couple of other comments as well. I think someone had said dizziness, and there's just a range of different symptoms. And it's quite, I feel like somewhat the holy grail of ascension symptoms would be like finding out, being able to identify when that's the cause, right? It would be a huge thing because then we could say, oh, it's this thing, and so I need to deal with it in this way. And I feel like just some simple practices like rest, drinking plenty of water, doing a meditation, creating a protective space around you, these are all really helpful because it helps rule out some of the other things that could be interfering with you. So yeah, please do share your experiences and also any solutions that you find helpful for you. We can go ahead and create a safe space. And also hello to everyone on my Instagram. It did work. So we're also live on my YouTube channel, Viviane's, and my Instagram, which is fantastic. So hello to you all.
That's great.
It's fantastic to see. And to explain a little bit, if you're new to this, we'll be on for just under 2 hours. And what we do is we service your requests. As you can see in the little banner down below, it says Ascension Symptoms. So that's the theme of this week. And we'll do your quantum psychic Akashic readings, clearings, healings, messages from your spirit guides, past lives, future readings, healing your chakras, scanning through you, and assisting with any messages or meeting your spirit guides, like getting their names, maybe one, don't ask for them all in one request. And to do so, you just need to put your request in capitals, and we'll then mark those, and we'll then randomly select them between us. And when your request is selected, please say hello in the live chat. If you're not in the live chat, you're probably looking at the comments in YouTube, and in which case just swipe right, I think it is, to be able to see the swipe from the right to the left, so swipe left, to be able to see the live stream chat where lots of people are chatting. Hello to everyone. And we'll try and get through as many of your requests as we can. Do know there's lots of requests we're not able to service in this live stream, but we are here Mondays and Thursdays, and feel free to come in and ask for your request. We're also able to see the request right back to the beginning of the live stream, so you shouldn't need to repost them. Okay, so I'll go ahead and create a safe space, and please do join us in supporting this safe space. And just as you can imagine, for all the things that can interfere with us intentionally or inadvertently, energetically, it is important for us to create these safe spaces in this short meditation. Yes. Okay, so if you'd like to join me, we'll begin by taking in 3 deep breaths in through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out what no longer serves, our highest good, nice and loud. Breathe in through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out any fear, shame, anxiety, or pain nice and loud. Breathe in through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out any remaining low vibration energy or emotion that no longer serves your highest good, nice and loud. And continue to breathe deeply and calmly. Now focus your attention on the center of your heart, your golden divine spark where your soul enters your human being. And from the center of your heart, extend a cord of light up through the top of your head, reaching up into the sky, reaching up into the stars, going higher and higher through the frequencies and dimensions of this universe until you reach the highest dimension of the source of love of this universe. And there, connecting your light cord into the highest dimension of source. Connecting with that unconditional love, that feeling of home. Remain connected into source and extend your light cord down to the stars, through the sky, back down to the top of your head and into your heart once more. And now, as you allow your heart to continue to open as we create this safe space around us, extend this cord of light from the center of your heart down through the root of your spine and deep into the ground, all the way down through the layers of the planet, going deeper and deeper until you reach the very core of Mother Earth. And there, connecting your light cord into Mother Gaia's crystalline heart. Remain connected to Gaia's heart and extend your light cord up through the layers of the planet, up through the root of your spine and into your heart once more. And we extend our love and gratitude to Mother Gaia. Allow her to send her love back. Now, together with the light of Source above and Mother Gaia below, and your own light, expand out your golden bubble of protective light to surround you about 2 meters out from the center of your heart, to each side, above and below, in front and behind, and set the intention that only energies and entities with your permission, your highest good love and compassion can see you, access you, or exist within this space or within you. All other energies and entities must leave immediately. And into our golden bubbles, we invite in our spirit guides, our higher selves, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Source, and Gaia. We also invite in Archangel Metatron. We ask for their guidance and clearing and healing and protection at this time, and also accessing the Akashic records, should we choose to. And now, through space and time, I create a golden protective bubble around all of us in the live stream across YouTube, Instagram, and the replays. And I set the intention that only energies and entities with my permission, our highest good love and compassion, can see us, access us, or exist within this space or within us. And that all other energies and entities must leave immediately. And for Viviane and I invite in our guides, our higher selves, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Metatron, Source, and Gaia. And I set the intention today we are here to fulfill as many of your requests as we reasonably can for quantum, psychic, Akashic readings, clearings, and healings. All requests in capitals, please. When and if your request is randomly selected, please say hello in the live chat so that we can commence with your request. And with that, we may get started.
Thank you. That was lovely.
Thank you. It's funny. I think I often say this. I never want to leave those moments. I'm like, oh, it's so lovely.
Yeah. It was so peaceful. So I see many requests. Would you like to choose the first one?
Yeah, I'll put on some music as well. Choosing the first request. Okay. Alice, please say hello. I'm just going to turn down this. Yeah, please say hello in the chat. Oh, it's very. It was partly lovely, partly ominous music. Elif is here. Hello. And just a reminder to everyone, please do put your requests in capitals, else we will miss them. Guaranteed we will miss them. So Elif, hello, and hope you're doing well. You said you're better, but feel like every day is just another day repeating each other. Like
Sisyphus.
Sisyphus? What is that? Is that like
It's
Groundhog?
trying to remember. I think it's a Greek mythology
Oh,
story
right.
or something
I
like
would have to
that.
I would have to Google it.
Yeah, it's something like that. There's a story of this man that um he pushes this huge immense like rock from the bottom of a
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
yeah, all the way up to the mountain, and he keeps falling back, and he keeps doing this. Yeah, man carrying rocks at the top of the mountain. Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm. And just like Groundhog Day situation. So.
Uh, Thank you,
Mhm.
Ella, for your request. And you're saying, can we do a healing for fatigue? And since you've asked for a healing, we can also ask for any messages that will help, especially with that feeling of
Yeah.
with repetition. Um, and yeah, we can. How about we just connect in first and find out before we do any healing, and then we can share.
Okay.
So I'll just ask Elif's higher self and guides step forwards to Viviane and I for healing and any messages that will help Elif at this time. I'm being shown in Elif's solar plexus this continued rotation. It's okay. This is the rotation of her solar plexus chakra. But I was seeing, like, initially, I wasn't sure that it was the rotation of this. It seemed like there's this kind of swirling energy around it, and this is like that feeling of repetition. And then I was asking, oh, is that what the solar plexus does? Is the solar plexus, responsible for some of our sensations of time, of linear time, of repetition? It's like, yes, like it's linked to the abundance. And I was shown like a bit like the cycles of the sun, the days. Okay. There seems to be something pushing, and I've only just I've only just realized, of course, and with fatigue, the solar plexus
Mhm.
is an important link. Yeah, I can see. It's quite hard to see, but it's like on the outside. There's something pushing the solar plexus round clockwise. I thought it
Hmm.
was well, the chakra is moving, which is good, but I thought initially it was doing it all by itself because it's quite slow and steady. It appears like, on the face of it, it's quite a natural rotation,
Hmm.
but there's something pushing it around.
Yeah, I see how it's moving. I keep getting the word sadness, and then I the lyrics to a song, "Summertime Sadness," keeps like playing in my head now.
Mhm.
There's this deep sadness.
And the sadness, one of certainly one of the contributing themes is like letting go of the older versions of Elif, what once was, including some relationships with others.
Mm-hmm.
I can just dive deeper and remove what's not serving Elif's highest good around
Mm-hmm.
the solar plexus. And while I'm doing that, if there's anything else you'd like to share, any messages,
Okay.
that'd be great. Thank you.
Aleph, I heard to take care of yourself. It will get better.
Turn to source or never turn here again. Yeah, I just removed this, like it was like a worm, and it's like it's like swimming constantly, pushing the solar plexus round and round.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems that I'm not sure how conscious it was with Elif, but it was like there was an agreement which was, oh, you feel sad about letting go, like you heard summertime sadness is like letting go of some of those, that feeling of the end of the summer, end of the end of cycles.
Yeah.
And it was saying, oh, I can help with that. And it was like what it was doing was trying to like continually recreate um that feeling initially, and then later
Mm-hmm.
it just seemed to almost like, every cycle has to come to an end, the summer has to come to an end, because if it didn't, well, not only would we have no cycles, we just have a state we called summer constantly. But it was kind of ended up in this kind of like almost like a twilight, like the feeling that I had in the solar plexus, and it was like draining away from the new, like almost stopping the new cycles coming in, the new seasons. And
Yeah.
these feel like seasons of of your life, Elif, like these new energies.
And when you did that, the song stopped in my head. I
Oh
heard it
wow.
like it was as if it was a record was playing, and when you stopped it fast and you hear
Mhm.
that screeching noise, that's what I
Oh no.
happened. And Aleph is saying you are right about letting go.
Fabulous. Just encouraging. So your solar plexus did actually stop, and I was like talking to this, like, "Hey, why did you stop?" It's like your solar plexus was like, What was happening? What was
Mm-hmm.
going on?" Like waking up. So just encouraging gently your solar plexus to start up again.
And I just heard the word rebirth for you, Aleph.
And just connecting up, reaching out to other chakras, all the way up to the highest dimension of source above, and down to Mother Gaia below, and then clearing anything that doesn't serve your highest good. Return to source, or never return here again. And I just heard I was asking your solar plexus, like, what can Elif do? And your solar
Mm-hmm.
plexus said, perhaps you'd like to check in each day, like place your hand on your solar plexus and just say, "Good morning, solar plexus. What's new?" And it's like helping break out of the memory of those repeating cycles, and
Mm-hmm.
feeling the excitement about what could be new, even the unexpected, the wondrous, magical experiences that we don't expect in our days, that we
Yes.
can attract in.
That's great because right before you said that, I saw the words new energy after rebirth, new energy. So that would be very beneficial for you to do, Aleph.
Fabulous. Thank you, Elif. And yeah,
Yeah.
let us know how you're feeling after that.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And so now I'm going to select the next request here. Okay.
selecting your next request. Please put all requests in capitals. And say hello. Your name is Joy.
To what you say or what you do. Open their eyes, look to the skies.
Lisa F.
Lisa F, let us know if you're here.
Yeah, please just confirm that you're here. You're asking for healing for lower back. That is flaring up. Affecting left arm, shoulder, and left leg. Okay. Oh yeah, you're here. Thank you so much for letting us know. Okay. Okay, lower back. And then left arm and shoulder. Pretty much your whole left side. And remaining damage from long COVID. Okay. So yeah, I see the lower back and hips, the left hip and the leg, arm and shoulders all showing up as this like red flashing light that is showing me that is where it needs, of course, needs attention. And I heard it's like she's paralyzed. I know she's not completely paralyzed, but this whole left side pretty much because of the way he's going through the arm and the legs. So it's almost like the left side is paralyzed.
Yeah, I've just been talking with Lisa's higher self. And the first thing is like this experience of the higher self looking down at Lisa and like the rest of Lisa and her body, and just not and feeling quite disempowered, like not really feeling, and this is the highest aspects of you, Lisa, feeling like I don't really know how to deal with this. Like, how do I cope with a human body that has these challenges? And I was like, and I saw, just as you're describing, Viviane, like down the left side in particular, I was asking like, what are those challenges? And Lisa's higher self said, well, I've not been human that often. This feels quite new to me. These experiences feel quite difficult to work through. And part of what I was feeling was like this ask to slow down, because the body's struggling to in part to heal, but also just in general, like trying to cope. Like there was definitely issues with fatigue and energy levels. And so I asked what can be done to help Lisa. And I saw this your higher self was like showing me this really simple practice, which I've not really heard of before, which was to guide, like, imagine that your body's like a baby, and like, or a newly born human as an adult. Like, hey, you're a brand new human, and to talk each day a little bit about some of the experiences you're having. So you could, for instance, do this in the mirror each day, and so you could be touching your lower back and saying, I'd really like to focus today on healing my lower back. I'd like to be able to be pain free, and if mobility is what you want to work on as well, you'd like for these things to happen, and then describe to yourself as you're touching that area of your body, saying, this is what it feels like. What a healed back feels like to me is that it's just always doing a job for me, and I don't need to worry about it. I don't feel constrained. Same with your left arm. You're saying, oh, my shoulder and left leg, like that side of me feels good. It feels like I can move freely at a pace and mobility that feels right for me. All of those statements I've just said, beyond touching that part of your body, is really up to you, and just helping you describe to yourself what healthy feels like. And what you're really doing is encouraging some of that disconnect that you have with the higher aspects of you and your higher self, and then the rest of your body, to come together and say, hey, some of us in this consciousness might be, some aspects of Lisa might be new to this, but this is what we would like to do as a team. And when you get a team, a very diverse team from lots of different backgrounds, that's what you're doing, except you're all one being. So you're getting all these aspects of you to come together and say, this is what we'd like to do. And you can do this without expectation. It's really like a way of being able to program yourself. And then I was also shown that I could help a bit more with the connection with your higher self. So between your soul star chakra and into your crown, because there's quite a lot of distance there. So I can help with that.
Okay.
And I'll stop talking for a moment.
In the meantime, I'll just use send healing energy with the help of Archangel Raphael, and then run golden light too afterwards.
Fabulous, thank you. And I'm just bringing source light from the highest dimension of source above down into Lisa's soul star chakra. It's almost 2 meters out from your crown chakra. We all vary uniquely in the distance and the size and shapes of our chakras. It's quite far away. So just encouraging this connection with source light down into your crown, and then encouraging these aspects of you to come together. And it's almost like they're planets, like having, they have a gravitational pull towards each other, just enough of that kind of magnetism to hold them apart at the right distance for you and keep them close together at the right distance for you. Okay, good. And just checking in with your nervous system also. And just bringing balance and harmony. Releasing anything that no longer serves your highest good down into earth, and also removing it from your body. Return to source, or never return here again. I feel like a grounding practice will help you as well. Walking barefoot in the grass or stones, or touching trees, etc. These are all really helpful, as well as meditation.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah, that helps you, Lisa.
Yeah, let us know, Lisa. And I will choose the next person.
Mm-hmm.
Should I say the next request? Okay. Choosing the next request. Iris Arrow. Please say hello in the chat.
All right, Iris Arrow. starting your menopause coaching biz, and you want the guys to tell you where to reach women who need the most, who need you the most. Okay.
Thank you, Angela. I'm not sure if I'm still live on Instagram or not. If anyone knows, if you're on Instagram and you can see us, let us know.
Yes, I was. Yeah, so you are.
Fantastic. Hello, Instagram, and hello, Iris Arrow. And what a lovely request. My menopause coaching business, which you're starting, which is fantastic, and you're asking how you can, where to reach women who need you the most. Fantastic. And thank you, Nova, for confirming it's still on Instagram. Yay. So we can ask for messages and see how we get on. I'll just start with what I'm getting, so it's quite a lot, and I'll never remember it all if I keep asking questions. So the first thing I saw is, Iris Arrow, is your energetic field. So perhaps a way of thinking about yourself is you're this human being, and then you have around you this big auric field up to around somewhere between 1 meter and 1.5 meters. And there's colors and frequencies and energy in everyone's field. And in yours, Iris Arrow, there's the areas of what you've been, your experiences of menopause. It's like what I was shown first of all is like the symptoms, the experiences of what you've been through are they're like how to describe it, like in your energetic field, it's almost like healed scars. So I was shown like different points in your body, like some was like, you know, in your crown chakra, if you were like suffering from anxiety, for example, then there was like this aspect of you energetically that shows like if other people could read your energy like consciously, then they would see those different individual experiences you've had, and that you had importantly been able to like work through them. So it's a bit like seeing scars on someone's skin and saying, "Oh, look, you've had a hand injury as well, and it's healed." That's really cool. And the clear message was to focus your business on your, like, starting with your own experiences. And this might seem a little bit obvious from a coaching perspective, but it's, to be really specific, it's the exact experiences that you have had yourself. So not like, so if for example, it was anxiety, like exactly the way that you experienced it. Like if it was an inexplicable anxiety you had and you just couldn't figure out what the source of it was, like however that was real for you. And if you have any journaling, if you have any diaries, or if you're someone like me, you create a lot of videos, like if you've got anything recorded of when you were experiencing those, then they're fantastic for you to go back to those experiences and say, this was me. And these are some of the things that I chose to work through with. And what you're trying to do is focus in on the energy of you at that time, the energy of you before you started to take action, and then the actions you took and the result afterwards. And every time it's a story, right? Every time it's helping you articulate to others what energetically you went through and physically how it affected you. And the reason that there's such emphasis on this is in part because these are great for you in attracting. So to your question of like, how do you tell me where to reach women who need me the most? the people initially that need you the most are the people that have experienced what you've experienced. So exactly what you've experienced. So being really like focused, like a laser focus on your own experiences, you're going to start attracting in people. So you're asking like where to reach them. Like you will attract them in based on those experiences. And so on one part, I see like almost like a traditional, maybe it's not traditional for everyone, but like the kind of storytelling aspect of your marketing, where you're saying to the rest of the world, this was my personal experience, and this is what I went through, and this is how I managed through these changes. And then the non-traditional part is receiving. So is knowing that the universe is busy trying to line everyone up, right? It's trying to line up all these women who either like are about to, are going through, or have been through those exact same symptoms to start with. Know that this is just the start, right? You're starting your business, and so this is not the definitive list of everything that you'll cover, but knowing that starting with this is very powerful for you, because your energetic field is attracting in people that they see this in you. They're like people saw with me, they're like, oh, you left your corporate job and you do this full time now. Like that kind of traumatic experience, and then the bravery of stepping through the fears. Like for some people, that's why they chose to work with me, because that experience I went through, they want to be on the other side of that experience too. They want to for themselves. Mm-hmm. So I hope that you focusing on your own experiences will help you, first of all, understand what it is you'll target within people. And then in terms of being able to reach more women, it feels like I saw a lot like online, and I know that's a very traditional approach for coaching, but you may also enjoy things like we're doing right now, like live streams about it, or in person as well. And like personally, I love these mix of things. So have a think about that as well, like what you love doing and finding a bit of a blend between them. And you said, thanks, Sean. Does it mean that I can talk about my spiritual awakening as well, or would that be too much? Oh, a beautiful question. I would say I'm just going to highlight that, because you could almost just take that question out of context. First of all, you're never too much. Like you're never, ever, ever too much. Neither are any of your experiences. And you'll love the work more when you bring all of you to it. And there's sometimes we feel that our spiritual work, our psychic work, our energy work, our more metaphysical experiences are somehow more controversial, and that they'll stop people from connecting with us, or we'll either have a limited audience that we can help, or maybe we won't have enough business to maintain our business. And know that it might have taken me a few months to include psychic everywhere, and which is one of my superpowers. And it might have taken me a while to speak dragon-like language in public, both on live and in person. Like these are the things that are, Source and my soul have decided are my superpowers. And so for you, Arrow, it's definitely important that you bring these aspects into your work. You may choose to have a spectrum, like I also do the Mindfulness Leadership podcast, which is just for anyone. It doesn't matter if you've got any kind of spiritual beliefs or not. I just make it accessible for everyone, but I never hide anything in it. And so when I do that with Natasha, for example, we'll talk about anything we want to, including talking about our spiritual awakenings, but we'll describe it in a way that hopefully people will be more open to it, especially if they're totally new to it. Or maybe like me, I'm sure I was going through mine about a year before, about 2016, but I didn't really know it. I was like, oh, there's this thing that's happening to me in my life, and I don't know what it is. So yeah, I hope all that helps you. About you, Viviane. Oh, you're muted.
I'm sorry, I was typing. Thank you. The first thing I heard was it's in your community. So in addition to all the points that we heard from John, it's right in your community because you'll be sharing your experiences and just in a casual way, I guess, talking to other women, and could be in a neighborhood or whatever, but make sure you have business cards as when you start sharing your experience, and have that giveaway business card, so women can get in touch with you, and then they'll share that with their girlfriends, and they'll share that with their mothers and sisters, and just by starting that conversation and being open, because it's definitely needed. They want it is important to start this conversation and to be open about it, and to really and just like I saw a comment from Jules Niner, that there are like different stages of it too. So women want to have that conversation and be have that support system. So when you start that, and like I said, make sure you have your business cards, and like I said, start within your own community, and you grow from there.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
It took me a little while to realize that everyone's my customer, and and I do that now. It's like every time I meet someone, I'm like, it's like this is it. She's like, "Where's the business card?" And when's the wrong time, or when the right time to pull it out. And yeah, I think that's it's wonderful advice. And it's men too, right? Because it's still shocks me how little us men know about.
Absolutely.
And in many respects, our how to describe it, our legacy as men is not been funding science in like enough research into what happens during the menopause, which in one respect is why we are where we are today. So yeah, I think it's really important to for all people in the world to better understand
Yes.
the experiences that people go through, and how to help, because it I think it should be something that's celebrated, not so terrified of us. And I totally see how it's a difficult experience for many people, but it would be so lovely for us to one day see that these very natural cycles in our bodies. And I know there's a lesser version, the menopause, that exists as well, with testosterone levels at least. But yeah, just best of luck, Iris Arrow, and yeah, let us know if we can be of any help. For example, if you want to come on the Mindful Leadership podcast, Natasha and I be happy to have you.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So,
Okay,
I guess.
is it your turn?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Okay.
You're choosing your next request.
As I step into this ascension elevator, I select my lowest vibration.
Patty, Spirit of the Mountain, please let us know you're here.
Down to feel, to heal.
Yeah, let us know, Patty, if you're here.
So you're asking for a chakra and entity clearing and healing. Okay, you're here. Thank you so much.
It sounds like a Rolling Stones song. I get so tired of getting copyright strikes from my own music, and TikTok was saying, "Oh, you can't post this song." It's like, well, I just wrote it, and it's like, yeah, but you also just posted as an album, and so you can't do both. It's like,
Oh
anywho,
no.
but one day the technology will catch up. But yeah, just Iris Arrow, yeah, please do just drop me a comment on one of my videos, including this, and I'll remember to send you the details for the Mindful Leadership podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, so Patty, and you're asking for a chakra and entity clearing and healing. Personal efforts don't seem to be working.
Okay. Do a
Okay.
scan.
Should we do I think since the personal efforts aren't working, one of us like to ask for messages about it, and the other do a clearing.
Okay.
Which would you like to do?
Oh, I would try the messages this time.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
There's a lot going on around Patty's heart. It's like these swirling energies, these smaller entities. There's a number of them. I'm not going to ask questions. I'm going to remove what no longer serves. Patty's high is good. Return to source or never turn here again. Scanning through your whole body.
First thing that I heard for Patty is there was just stuck energy holding her back.
Yeah, they were like they reminded me of snakes. What your higher self, Patty, was saying was that they're like these snakes of doubt, and I don't mean to snakes already get bad enough reputation, right? But it's like symbolically, it's like this kind of this being able to, like, it seems to be energy from others where they're manipulating and influencing you, and they're like monopolizing on your indecision about boundaries, about whether to like do something or not, whether to reject a behavior from someone or not, and that centered around the heart because it's this like inner conflict. Like you would accept it from a stranger, but you'd accept it from a loved one, and so there definitely feels like there's work to do on your boundaries, your people boundaries as well as your energetic boundaries.
Yeah, I heard too much to handle as you're saying that.
The rest of your body's quite clear. I'm just checking around your auric field as well. Okay, yeah, that's better now. It was like these entities were attaching to you because you were open to it, like in that kind of indecisive state, and they were like worming their way in through your like gaps in your auric field. It's like you appear energetically vulnerable, and this is really common, right, for many of us. But they were just really focusing on your heart, and that spinning motion, I think, is what you were seeing Viviane with, like feeling stuck, like being stuck. It's like your heart kind of feels a bit trapped.
Yes.
When your consciousness is in your heart and looking out across the rest of your body, it's almost like having these dark lenses over your vision, not being able to see actually the rest of things that are going on in you and in your life aren't that bad. But when you're surrounded with this energy and these attachments, like they were amplifying, any kind of misery or indecisiveness, and some of that apathy as well, like that feeling stuck, like Patty's just saying, I felt stuck, it's that catch 22, which is, if you say, for instance, I have a boundary, which is, I don't allow people to be disrespectful to me. But then when a loved one does that to me, I'm kind of like, my first human reaction is like, but I love them, and so this was when it's that moment where you've got this blend of like love and then annoyance and unhappiness about an action. That's when you become more vulnerable to these attachments. And so you're just saying that your heart area, you felt it when my heart area was cleared. That's fantastic. Yeah, there was a lot there. I'm not sure how many. There was like 6 or 8. I wasn't going to ask lots of questions while there was so much going on. So yeah, I did just post a video about boundaries. You might find that helpful. And what was it? Boundaries. And then before that, I did mixed intentions pave the way to hell. Those 2 videos over the last couple of days, you might enjoy. And the hard thing is, right, we all have to make a decision, and you can either have no boundaries, and that's a decision, or you can create your own boundaries and then decide what do you accept from loved ones or not. Thank you, Viviane and Captain Morgan.
You're welcome. Yes, so it helps. I hope this helps you. I saw her being pulled different directions, and then feeling stuck.
I feel like it's a whole industry by itself, right? How to have boundaries with your loved ones. It is it's one of the hardest things to do. So very human of us to be caught between a rock and a hard place. And it must be my turn to choose?
Yes. Yes.
Planet Earth's ascension.
Okay. Choosing the next request and captains. Beep, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop.
Ascends with her children as one.
And
This planet
I have Carol Johnson.
is one of the
Please say hello, Carol.
brightest in the universe.
Carol Johnson, let us know if you're here by saying hello in the chat. I'm just asking Carol, are you here? And thank you, Patty. It was an honor to help you. If anyone wants introduced to a spirit guide, or they want information about past lives or future lives, just let us know. We're just waiting on Carol Johnson. If you're here, please say hello.
Time for a sip for me.
Oh, yes. I just realized that I have like one of these coffees that'll keep warm for like 4 hours, so I should drink water at the same time. Carol's here. Hello, Carol. It was all meant to be. See, if Carol hadn't waited that like 10 seconds, when you're on a live stream, it's like, it's an eternity, but it's only 10 seconds. So thank you for the water break. Yeah, let's see how we get on with message from your spirit guides, Carol.
Okay.
So just connecting in with your higher self and your guides. I got quite a lot But I'll let you go first, Viviane.
Okay. I got a song to start. I got a little bit of that song, Put a Little Love in Your Heart, but it was a joy. You need joy and some fun in your life.
That's a great message.
Mm-hmm.
We could all do with that.
And then I see you putting your hand on your heart while this song is playing. Yeah, put a little love in your heart and have this, remember being being to be present and enjoy your life and have this sense of joy.
Yeah, I got this this visual. First of all, what was being shown was Carol. I thought what I was starting to see was like a road in front of Carol. It's like, oh, here we go, another message about the journey ahead. And it's like that was kind of part of it, but it was a very near term. It's like the now focus. And then I saw Carol's bed, or at least a visual of a bed, and then underneath it, Carol, you were like, it's like you were creating these little blocks, almost like they reminded me of bricks on a road. Like we have cobblestones here in Scotland, or monoblock. If you ever watch my Walking with Patch videos, they start on a monoblocked road where I live. And I was asking your guide, it's like, oh, that's fascinating. What is it, and why would Carol put that under a bed? And they're saying, oh, Carol wants to make some changes in her life, but she's quite scared of it. And so, do you remember, John? Like for me, my journey was about preparing a ship, stocking up my ship and getting it fit for sailing, and then leaving my corporate job and making a big change in my life. And what I saw for you, Carol, is like, it was like some of it is like you're preparing and storing energy. So there's like self-care and self-love and nurturing yourself. And then other parts of it were financial as well. Like some of it was like saving enough money for upcoming changes. And then I also saw that you had this like this thought that Carol's not quite ready, or Carol's not enough to be able to make these changes that you want in your life. And so these bricks are like the path, like they're creating an easier path for you in front of you. And it's not because you can't become that version of Carol. This is what enables you to build this version of Carol. So anything you set your mind to, and you can create that version of yourself that's capable of it. So it's almost like, okay, I'm not sure when I'll be able to do a handstand at some point in my life, but I practice almost every day. And at some point, there's a version of John that can do it, or maybe even walk on his hands. And I know that if I just have like put enough effort into each day, and it's not a huge amount each day, that I can do it. And I felt that very much with you, Carol. Like walking on your hands takes a long time. As an analogy, you don't need to go and walk on your hands. But yeah, I feel like preparing with self-care and self-love and cultivating yourself, saving both your energy and financially will help prepare you for becoming this version of you that you've always wanted to be. Let us know, Carol, if that resonates with you.
Yeah, I just saw a comment that Patty got the same song that I got when I mentioned
Oh,
the
that's so
song.
cool. And I was just thinking, oh, I wish I could play it, but then, yeah, I would just get,
Yeah.
even though it's not a
Yeah.
monetized live stream, I still get copyright challenges.
Yeah. So, okay.
So it must be your turn next.
Yes, my turn. Okay. Selecting the next one. Rosemary. Okay, that's a request from earlier. Please let us know if you're here, Rosemary. I see. Okay. You're asking for an entity removal and clearing.
Lisa's saying, thank you both. Body feels much better already, more still. And Carol was saying, thank you so much. Yes, it does resonate. Yeah, Rosemary, let us know if you're here.
Enjoy your yoga class, Emily. Yoga is
Yay. Have fun, Emily. So just let us know, Rosemary, if you're here. Say hello in the chat.
Oh yeah, I see. Captain Morgan has a comment. I find it fascinating. We both have music that comes in our readings. Yeah, it's fun. I love getting messages through music. It's fun.
And why don't I? I think what would shock me more is if it was only my songs that came to me and I'm like, I don't even remember. I don't even remember that song. Did I write that song? I don't know. But yeah, I love that. Like, it's so expansive as well, right? Music has the energy, the sound, the colors, the visuals.
Yeah.
Rosemary's here. Fabulous.
Oh, thank you, Rosemary. Oh, yeah, I was just about to say it. Okay, entity removal and clearing. All right, let's do a scan. The heart space feels a little heavy for her.
Yeah, Rosemary, let me know if I could, if you would like us to do some clearing in your home as well. So I'm seeing something. It's like running around your home, and it's a very negative entity.
Yeah.
So just to say in the live chat, please, Rosemary, whether you'd like me to do some work on your home or not. And also, Rosemary, please check if you're watching us totally live or whether you're buffering slightly behind us. Just check. You can,
Yeah.
if you can drag it to the right, the slider, to see if you're definitely live. I'm just holding this entity away from Rosemary at this time, but I don't want to like do anything more without her permission.
Yeah, to me, I still feel like the heart feels like it's being squeezed. It feels heavy and it feels like it's being squeezed.
Yeah, this entity was saying, I'm collecting all the pieces that fall off of Rosemary, and it's like you said, Rosemary said, all I have to do to save my house and life.
Okay.
That's what it was referring to, was like, in particular, you and your life, like everything that falls off of you. And it seems quite possessive over your home. It feels like it's been there from before. It feels like even before there was a home built there.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm not gonna hold it any longer. But since it poses a threat to you,
She's saying,
Rosemary.
yes, thank you. I would love to have my home cleared.
Fantastic.
And she said she wondered about that.
Yeah. It's not very tall. It's like, I don't know, like maybe 4 foot tall. It's quite elemental. It reminds me of I can never say its name, Cucucabra. Is that how you pronounce it?
Chupacabra?
Chupacabra, yeah. Thank you. So just returning it to source and never return here again. And it's got this cord attached into the ground below the house. It's like its tail, it's like hanging on. It was trying to attack me with its tail as it left. So I'm just getting Archangel Raphael just to check me over. So that I don't cause any problems when I try to help others. Okay. Yeah, he's just saying there's just some temporary scarring to the outside protection that I created earlier.
Okay, I asked Archangel Michael to help me with clearing the energy in the heart, and it feels better now. It feels less tight.
I'm doing a sweep around the home now with both Archangel Raphael and Archangel Michael. And Archangel Michael was just saying, for you to do this practice, Rosemary, where you can walk into each room, and your intention is to go into each room in your home and to fill it with love. So where there has been, in your words, evil, that is now replaced. That energy, that void that's left, is replaced with your love. And like all of these things are for a reason. That traumatic experience you've had with that entity, there's a lesson in that experience. I don't feel that you're ready, or should I say, I'm not being told what that lesson is yet, but that it was definitely like trying to take pieces off of you. And it had done it many times before, like stripped people of like their happiness and their joy, and like a lot of, as Viviane is saying, like a lot of attacks on the heart, like on and off, trying to peel away all the things that are good in your life, and your love and joy connected with them. And now that the entity has been removed, it's important to keep going round and go into each room, fill it with your love. And even this experience, although it's been very traumatic, extend as much forgiveness and letting go and love to it as you can, knowing that love is like the ultimate weapon in the universe. And that when you yield love, you can smoothen out and fill these areas that were quite raw and energetically torn with this beautiful, loving, healing energy. And just to help you get started, I'll bring down a column of source light from the highest dimension of source above to the center of your home, the surrounding land, setting the intention to clear, to heal, to energize, and also protect you whilst you continue, protect you in your home as you continue on your journey. Just surrounding your home in a large golden bubble of protective light. 70 feet above the ground, 70 feet below, and around your boundaries. And only energies and entities with your permission, your highest good love and compassion, can see you, access you, or exist within this space or within you. And all other remaining energies and entities must leave immediately. to return to source or never return here again. Okay.
Yeah, definitely needed that. So, wish you the best, Rosemary. I'm glad we were able to do this for you. So now, okay.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Yeah, because you were so fast. I didn't even get a chance to play music. Okay.
Yes.
Playing music.
Mm-hmm.
Choosing the next request. Selecting randomly. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop.
My heart feels warm with love.
Wow, and this one I just saw
As I said,
just before it was selected as well.
Yeah,
So Love Awakens is here, right?
I believe so. I
Yes,
saw a
because this is
comment.
like the one of the, almost the last request.
Mhm.
And Emily says she doesn't know if she has a class. Okay, well, you can always do yoga to YouTube after this live stream, or maybe at the same time you choose. Or let's just start doing yoga right now, Viviane.
The tree pose.
Yeah, tree pose. There we
I
go.
like the sun salutation. That's one of my favorites.
Oh, Emily's instructor hasn't shown up. Oh, I hope they're well. So Love Awakens. You are here and you're asking us to ask your guides if the being that you saw with red eyes at age 13 was actually an entity that attached itself to you. Okay, we can ask.
Okay.
So that got very dark and very grim very quickly. It was a very intense experience. I feel as soon as I asked that question of your guides, they like threw me into this experience of what you were going through, and this I can only describe it as this being with red eyes had what's it called in Lord of the Rings? It's that thing that keeps fighting Gandalf and eventually pulls him down into the deep dark depths. It's like Bullrog or Balrog, or I can't remember its name. Anyway, it reminded me of that, and it had this like the very intense stare, and it had this like gravitational pull, and it was talking. Yeah, it was like I was in hell. Yeah, it was like that. It's just really, really intense because I could see all this swirling around you, and I feel like it was looking through a portal to reach you, and it was speaking to you, and it was saying, I'm going to mark you, because so to your question of like did it attach to you? I don't feel it did attach, but it did mark you. And you know, you might sometimes see, and I don't really recommend watching these shows, but I used to watch what we term as ghost hunting shows, which are very dangerous to watch because just if you ever watch anything like that, just know that your TV doesn't exist, or neither does your phone or your laptop, and that everything is very real. And so what I saw, like you see in these shows, is like there's this marking. Often you'd see like 3 marks on someone's skin, and I just saw like 1 on yours. And it's more of, this is really common with demonic entities, is they'll find a way of either attaching to your home or an object in your home or to you, and they like to be able to come and go because it gives them the greatest how do you describe it, like the greatest power of illusion and deception. And I'm curious, before I ask more, Viviane, what came through for you?
I saw the image of this dark creature with red eyes, and it just like flown, and it got really close to me. As is like trying to, well, it looked scary enough, but it was trying to, doing that to intimidate me and scare me. So this is what I saw for Love Awakens.
Yeah, the Balrog, that's what it reminded me of. It is called Balrog, Balrog. I'm not going to share links to it because you don't need to. The less we give power to these things, the better. And so you just asked for a message, Love Awakens, if you want me to take a look to see if there is a mark on you or if there's anything that needs removing. Just let me know. Now's your chance. Otherwise, we'll move on to the next request. Please do drink plenty of water.
Someone is asking here. Lacey Gray is asking, can I cause her to feel watched? And Love Awakens is saying yes, please, for the...
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can, and Lacey's asking at 5:55 p.m. UK time. Yeah, you can feel watched. It's like one of these instincts where anything, a human doing it, an energy or entity of some sort, like if your cat or dog's looking at you, you kind of know it, right? It's like one of our 6 senses that helps us survive. So the answer is more expansive than just this individual experience that Love Awakens is going through. Oh, interesting. I'm just asking where this mark is on you, and it's actually below the skin. This is in part to do with the age this happened at. It's behind. It's on your back behind. So just below the shoulder blade, just below the scapula.
Sorry, I didn't need to do that.
So let me just remove this. And Archangel Raphael's saying I'm to, interestingly, to heat this area just below your right shoulder blade, your right scapula. And then what the heating does is it's like it disperses the mark, which is fascinating, given the heat that you feel from hell. Okay, I'm going to bring in some dragon fire light language to help heat and remove this mark. And just containing that energy around the affected area. And now I can very easily remove that mark. Return to source, or never return here again. It was funny, just as I was doing that, there was a noise down to the right of me here, and it's like, it's a soundproof studio. So you always get a real startle when you hear any kind of noise. But I think it's just my computer next to me expanding and contracting in the heat. Probably me causing it. Okay, just scanning through you now. So yeah, you can choose to repeat after me, Love Awakens, that you release any agreements, any cords, any attachments, any contracts, any connections with any being, energy, or entity that does not serve your highest good, release these now. And as I scan through and collect these off you, especially around your heart and where we saw the mark, return to source or never return here again. Okay.
Yeah.
Hope that helps you. And Love Awakens was saying, thank you. I never thought of that regarding TV shows. There's a whole video I was making about my experience of watching a horror movie at the cinema. And I should have known better, right? And you can argue that people that are less sensitive, that are shut down, almost like if you don't believe in something, it doesn't, it doesn't, has less chance of affecting you. You're not invincible, none of us are, but yeah, the more closed you are to experiences, the less you experience them. But the more you do this work, especially, and the more you go through your ascension and awakening journey, the more vulnerable you are, or vulnerable you are unless you have clear intention. And so, yeah, you could watch my video on mixed intentions that explains more about that. But it's up to you what you watch. You get to decide. Okay, is it my turn now? No, it's your turn.
Yes, my turn now. Okay.
And there's just a couple to add. Give me a second. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
You're choosing your next request. Please say hello in the chat if you're called.
Okay, Donna Marie. Donna Marie, you're asking for a clearing. So please let us know that you're here.
Donna, hi Donna. Donna's waving.
Okay, great. Let's see. Okay, great. Thank you for letting us know.
And what is a deuces?
Oh, it's misspelled. She means, I think she means success. Maybe.
Oh.
Is that what you mean?
Oh yeah, it's right next to S and D.
Block to success. Okay, so you would like a clearing.
And it's fascinating, right? Like there's a block on the word. Is there a block on success? And yeah, it's not nothing by accident, right? It's like I still struggle a bit writing the word receive, and there's no doesn't matter how many times I memorize how you spell it, I keep doing it wrong and pausing when I'm writing. It's like I just need to learn how to receive.
I have a hard time with the word psychic. Every time I need to write it, I always have to look it up.
Like checking around for pitchforks and she's a witch. And like, yes, I am a witch. Woo! Yeah, it's definitely been a journey for me as well. Although it's funny now, I look back at all the places I've written. It's like I can't believe I wrote it there. Like I was looking at LinkedIn. It's like, what do people think of me now? I don't know. It's like, well, I don't care. But I do care that they at least see the whole me.
Yeah.
There's no point in hiding just some of my weirdness. Okay, so you're looking for a clearing and you'd like assistance with a block. Mine was quite short and sweet. Just let me know what's for you, Viviane.
I heard the word jealousy, and then I was drawn to her solar plexus, and I'm just taking a look at it. That's interesting. I look into her solar plexus and I see a black line, a black vertical line going across her solar plexus chakra.
Is it just across the solar plexus, or is it across others?
I only looked into the solar plexus, so let me see. I feel it's only there.
While you're looking inside, I'll share what I found outside of you, Donna. Was this like, imagine there's like this big like glass cage around you. It's quite big. It's about just over 2.5 meters across the way and front and behind. So it's like this big square on the ground, but a rectangular in shape. And this is the block. And yeah, it does feel like that jealousy feeling. It's quite fascinating because it's like this block creates like an illusion, like it seems to make you think that you're not succeeding, make you think that things aren't possible, and it just seems to generally put a more negative view of the world to you instead of what's really there. And success is a feeling, right? So we can do all the things in the world, and you see this in many successful people, or people that consider themselves successful, is that they have a really hard time doing exactly that, considering themselves as successful and not being jealous or feeling threatened or worried about others. And we've seen that in some of the richest people in the world for many years. So I saw this really simple. Donna's saying yes, a glass ceiling type. Yes, feels exactly like that, John. Interesting. My throat chakra was just blocking a bit there. So there's this really simple ceremony for you to do, Donna, and I saw you in a room. So if you can, or you can do it outside, it doesn't matter where you're doing it, because this thing is around you. What you do is you just get 4 items. So they could be like little stones, or what you're doing is you're marking out about a 2.5 meter square. So 2.5 meter to each side of the square around you. Mark them out on the ground. And because I was asking your guides, well, how does Donna get through this? And they said, oh, it's really, really simple. The block that's placed is completely sealed. Like there's no way of directly getting through it. But that you can create your own door to get through it. And I was like, oh, great. Like, where's the door and how does Donna get through? And they said, so you place your hand on your heart. So you're in these 4 corners around you. Place your hand on your heart, and from your heart, pull out this key. And the key is a feeling. It's the feeling of, like, that feeling of when you feel successful, right? It's like, and for some people, that's just getting out of bed in the morning, or at some point in the day, right? We all have our own definitions of success. And there's been times in my life that getting out of bed in the morning was, an achievement. And so holding that key, that feeling in your heart, so you're holding it, you're not going to give it to anyone, it's yours, but you're holding it in your hand, and you just step forwards, step up to that boundary of 2.5 meters, put this key in this, imagine this door, you put the key in the lock and you open it up and step through it. And as you step through, you're still holding that energy of this feeling of success, of self-love that you give yourself when you feel successful. Other people can't tell you this, you're successful. You have to feel it yourself. And yes, it's lovely that others can encourage this in you. But yeah, please do give that a go. It seems important. It seems very empowering, because I was asking, oh, could I just do it for Donna? It's like, no, it's like important that you step through it yourself, and it's something you can continue to do anytime. So I hope that helps you. How did you get on with the clearing, Viviane?
Yes, I removed that. It was this black line. It was, and it looked heavy too. So I asked Archangel Michael for assistance with removing that, and then the solar plexus expanded a little bit after that, after removal, and then I ran golden light through the body to and grounded the energy. It feels better. It's just in so yeah, wonderful. So thank you for your question, Donna Marie. I'm so glad we're able to assist you with that. So that will be your turn, John.
My turn. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you, Donna. Okay. Randomly selecting the next request. Beep, 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 beep. I'm intrigued to hear what John's singing about. Feeling the burn of energy. Oh, energy waves. There we go. Lovely. Okay. So let us know, Jacqueline Anderson, if you're here. You're here. Way ahead of me. Thank you. Who is my spirit guide? What is their name? Yay. Having a lot of headaches and joint pain. Am I blocked, or is it part of the grief process for me? Thank you for your request. Thank you for sharing. And yes, thank you, Donna. Our pleasure. And sorry to hear about your loss and the grieving process.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like one of us could focus on the guide and the other could focus on the headaches and joint pain.
Okay.
And blockages. Which would you like?
I'll see if I can get the name of the spirit guide and who it is, if there's a message too for her. Let's see.
And Jacqueline says it's a father. Oh, sorry for your loss, your father.
Yeah, sorry for your loss, Jacqueline.
Okay, so I'll focus on. And just let us know you didn't explicitly give permission for a healing. I can ask for messages about your headaches and joint pain, but if you'd like a healing, Jacqueline, please give your permission. Just say yes in the chat, or no. Jacqueline says yes, please, and thank you. First of all, they are linked. So I was shown your heart, Jacqueline, and then how these challenges you're having in your heart are affecting the rest of your body. The joint pain feels like this, a way of your body slowing down. But it's like I heard this message of saying that it's almost like what's the point, or not so much of like going on living, but like what's the point of this this apathetic feeling as part of grieving, where you just don't feel as connected and as joyful about your life, and so it's like your body's way of helping like bring attention to this, and in part slowing you down to help you feel into this message, and also to work through the grieving process and the headaches. And I'm just feeling some of this myself. Okay, so the headaches are less about the grieving process. So there's an indirect connection, and that is that I saw like these ascension waves coming through. It's like, oh, I know that feeling. And what's happening is your body's saying, no, like I'm not ready to do upgrades while I'm going through this journey, while I'm going through grieving. Okay. And I'm just asking if there's anything I can do to help, because it feels like you're first. Okay, so I can help ground some of these ascension wave energies. So ground what's already entered you, and then help release around you, like kind of spill off and overflow, and go into the ground anything that's not for your highest good. So just help grounding all the way through your crown to your root chakra and into earth. Okay, good. Then anything that's overspilling, just releasing that into the ground also. And helping your crown chakra shield yourself and your body and your auric field from anything that doesn't serve your highest good. And that might be with great intention from these ascension waves, but if it's too much for you, it's too much for you at any one time. And you can receive this at any time in your life. There's no rush. Okay. And then let's take a look at so the joint pain is something that you need to work with your body on. What your body's saying is, if I try and like just help with that joint pain, it'll just bring it back until you've addressed the root cause, which is saying to your body, and this could be a practice you try in the morning, is saying, I'm grieving today. You may even choose to like put, and I don't want to in any way diminish your grieving process, but almost giving you permission, like saying to yourself, I would like to spend some time tomorrow morning where I really focus. Maybe it's all morning, maybe it's all day, maybe it's several days, where you're focusing your attention on the grieving process and allowing the energy to come up, the tears to come up, the memories, and giving yourself time. Because what you want to say to your body is, I'm going to work through this. I'm committed to working through the grieving experience. And as you do this, you're also not doing other things. So you're not just trying to get on with your life and try and push it to the side. Even if you feel like you're in the throes of deep grief at the moment, it is very helpful, because it's the conversation you need to have with your body, and say to your body, I'm going to look after you. We're in this together. You can slow me down if you want. So this is your mind talking with your body, but in partnership, you'll be able to do things much more smoothly, where it's not one kind of fighting against the other. And so by permissioning yourself to set aside time to focus on your grieving, this will help you show your body what you can do with your self-care, and your body will start to alleviate some of those joint pains. Yeah, keep on getting a lot coming through, and the throat chakra is a lot to process. And I feel we can ask Viviane how you got on with the spirit guide. You can also ask your spirit guide a bit about the ascension waves, and saying, look, I'd love a break. Give me some time and energy, space, so that I can focus on my own healing and grieving before I take on too much ascension at this time.
So this was interesting. I saw about 6 guides, and I was waiting for one. I was asking one to come step forward and introduce. I was like, please come forward and introduce yourself to Jacqueline. And so it was a male guide step forward, and and he said, "You can call me Galileo." I'm like, "What is his name?"
Yay.
And he's like, "Okay, Galileo." He's like, "Well, yeah, I like that name, Galileo." I was like, "Okay." And he was wearing this like a dark red uh, shirt top, and he gave you a bouquet of white roses and said, "I hope this gives you peace." And he said, "Ask us for help with your grief." And he said, "Yeah, you can ask me for help and ask us for help with your grief and with the flowers." That's why he said it was. I hope it gives you some peace and helps you.
Oh, that's lovely. And Jacqueline was saying, "Thank you so much. I'm trying to be patient, working through it all."
Yeah, yeah, it takes time.
Yeah, keep up your great work, Jacqueline. And even asking for help in this way is a huge step forwards, and a demonstration. It's like an act of self care and self love, right? When you're saying, "Hey, there's this thing that I'm going through, and it's really hard. What do I do about it? Are these things linked together?" And yeah, I hope that you're able to work through it at the right pace for you. There's no rush. If anything, I feel like grieving is best done, slowly and methodically, so that you don't feel like you're spending the rest of your life avoiding it, or having big challenges when those emotions come rising up again. Is it your turn next? We got time for one
Yes.
more.
Yeah. So that's my turn. All right. Let's see who's going to be next.
You're choosing your next.
rise. We're ascending together. Our highest form.
Please say hello in the chat when you're selected.
We're ascending together.
Okay. Let's see. Rowan Kane, are you here? Please let us know. It's from earlier, so I'm not sure if you're still here.
Okay.
You're requesting healing for your sister-in-law Colette, and you're saying she gave permission.
And if we could have a name as well, the name of your
Yes.
sister-in-law, that would be helpful.
Oh, she gave the name. Is actually Colette is the name of her sister-in-law.
Okay.
So we're waiting to hear from Rowan Kane, and just a reminder that we'll be here on Thursday. So if your request was not answered today, please come back on Thursday.
And throughout the live chat, you and others have been sharing how to contact us, to book us. And I also created this this page called Waiting for a One-to-One Session with John, as many of you are waiting, as you've booked me for months, which is fabulous. But you can also get started right now with my free meditations, same ones I do every day. There's also the membership group you can join for you can try it out for free for the first 30 days. There's loads of stuff in there, hour-long meditations, and lots to do to get started. And of course, you can book the wonderful Viviane.
Yes,
so
thank you. Thank you so much. Yes.
And Ryan's here.
Yes. Okay. So.
And it was Colette that is.
Yeah, Colette is the one that gave permission. Her sister-in-law gave permission for healing. Okay, let's do a scan.
I started getting this message. I'll just let you continue, Viviane.
Mm-hmm.
The message was this is the higher self of Colette saying, how can I walk on rice? And it's like, I don't understand. Please explain. And it's like this practice of when you walk on rice, it's really noisy. And there's this heaviness that Colette has. And she was like struggling to get on with things in her life because she felt that she was very used to having like very high vibration and like physically feeling much lighter. And so like being able to navigate through often difficult conversations with people, just being a human full stop, was a lot easier and it is easier when you're lighter, of a higher vibration. And so I asked, okay, so what's pulling Colette down? Like, what's holding you down? And I could just see lots of like heavy energy. I saw some around the heart, and then also like this, like physically holding bags, a bit like a hot air balloon would be weighed down by these sandbags or whatever they use as ballast to like hold to create the weight, stop it rising too much. What have you found so far?
I can tell that the heart feels heavy, but I was also pulled into looking into the root chakra.
Yeah, there's a lot of heat coming from the root chakra.
Feels like it needs clearing the root chakra.
Yeah. There is some cord pulling her down. There's more, but that's there too. I'm just feeling that in the heart as well. Removing any cords, any attachments, any agreements, any connections, any contracts that no longer serve your highest good. Releasing these and letting go. And the pain and suffering and trauma that you no longer need to carry that energy of, whether it's yours or from some other being. To return to source and never return here again. And I heard this message of encouraging your sister-in-law to try things that help bring joy and lightness. And I was like asking about some of the things I enjoy with lightness. Like I enjoy running, and I often run on my tiptoes, a bit like a goat. And things like I enjoy using a pull-up bar, although I'm not very good at it. I love like that feeling of weightlessness, and so encouraging the joyous aspects and exploring those further will help with that connection with this lightness as well, this joyous lightness.
It feels better now after you did that clearing, releasing the cords. And so I cleared the stagnant energy from bottom to top chakra and ran golden light through her body.
Fabulous.
And grounded the energy. And everyone that just a reminder to make sure you drink a lot of water. Okay, she has Colette has physical heaviness from autoimmune conditions. Okay. Yes, so for Colette and everyone, here. Please remember to drink a lot of water and ground your energy.
Yes, please do. Oh,
Hmm.
fabulous. Thank you, Ryan, and best of luck to your sister-in-law in her healing journey.
Yeah.
And thank you to everyone that's come along today.
Mm-hmm.
I'll bring our
Yes.
session to a close, thanking our guides, our higher selves, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Metatron, Source, and Gaia. Thank you to every soul that's participated in today's session, inviting us all now to step outside of the session's bubble, remaining in our individual protective bubbles if that's what we choose. As I bring the session to a close, both the live and the replay across our YouTube channels and Instagram, return to Source or never return here again. And yes, please drink plenty of water, get plenty of rest, and we look forward to seeing you again on Thursday.
Yes.
Thank you so much, everyone. Take care.
Thank you,
See you
everyone.
soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.